Well. Nicholas Jackson. If some of you have seen my appearance on FPL Juice this year, with the snooker player Neil Robertson, he told me that Neil Jackson was kind of a great pick, and I said no chance. And he said, "Oh, haven't you been watching preseason?" Well, I did watch preseason, and I saw him miss a load of chances, and he's doing it.
Yo, listen up, Rue is stepping up the game. Where fantasy Premier League runs in his veins. From transfers to captains, he's always on top. Guiding you through every game week non-stop. They say Rue got that Salah flow. Welcome to the channel, enjoy the show. Wild cards, free hits with so much vibe. If you're hunting for success, then make sure you subscribe.
Good day, mate. Welcome back to the channel. My name's FPL Root, and welcome back to another FPL video. So in today's video, we're going to be going through some of the top transfers out in game week 6 and the players that you need to be bringing in. We're going to go through goalkeeper, defenders, midfielders, and forwards. But first of all, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe. It really does help me out, and it helps the channel grow and helps more people see this video. And smash a like as well if you do like the video. So first up, goalkeepers. We've had a lot of transfers out for Onana, the Man United goalkeeper. He is the most transferred out goalkeeper. 92,000 managers have transferred him out. He's 5 million, and with Man United's fixtures coming up, I don't see why people are transferring him out. I know they've been terrible this season so far. They've lost their last 2 games. They've lost 3 of the first 5 games. So I can see why people are transferring him out, but with their fixtures coming up, I think I would hold him. I do have Onana, and I will be holding him. Burnley away, Palace at home, Brentford at home, and then they have Sheffield United away. So some really great fixtures in that. And for me, I would be holding Onana, even though Man United haven't shown much this season in terms of clean sheets or even goal scoring. So I can see why people are taking him out, but for me, I would keep him if you do have him. Next up is Ramsdale. So Ramsdale has been transferred out 64,000 times. He's 5 million too. He didn't play the last game week, which some say was a shock, some say was warranted. David Raya did play. Arteta did come out and say that he wishes he could substitute goalkeepers mid-game and it'd be fine, and Gary Neville wouldn't moan about it. Bit strange. I think Arteta is a bit strange though. So yeah, I don't really see that as a weird thing he would say, as he does say some odd things. In terms of Ramsdale, though, sorry for rambling about Arteta. In terms of Ramsdale, yes, I can see why people are taking him out. You don't want a goalkeeper that is not playing, and especially now he has been dropped. He's likely to be dropped again at some point, even if he does come back and reclaim his place straight away. Having said that, Arsenal's fixtures are not the best coming up. Spurs at home. There's always goals in that game. Bournemouth away, Bournemouth can score goals, City, and then they do have Chelsea as well. So for me, I would be taking out Ramsdale if you do have him. And here are some of the options that I would be going for. So Leno is a great option. I feel like the Fulham goalkeeper. A lot of people have bought him in this game week already. 56,000 if you have bought him in. He is 4.6 million. Fulham have been doing pretty well this season in terms of clean sheets. So they've kept 3 clean sheets out of their first 5 games. So not too bad. And Leno does rack up them save points quite a lot too. Their fixtures are Palace away, Chelsea at home, and Sheffield United at home, followed by Spurs, Brighton, and Man United and Villa. So some really tough games in there. For me, I wouldn't be bringing in Leno. I know a lot of people are looking to bring him in, but I don't think them fixtures are great. I think Palace can score. Yes, Chelsea look terrible, but Chelsea can score. And okay, Sheffield United is a good game, but even after that, you're probably going to want to be taking him out again because they have Spurs away, Brighton away, United at home, Villa away, Wolves at home, Liverpool away. So for me, I'm not looking to bring in a goalkeeper for 3 game weeks only. I'm looking to keep them. You don't want to be making goalkeeper transfers often. I mean, if you do, you want someone that can like keep you a lot of clean sheets within the next 6 to 7 game weeks. So for me, I would be leaving Leno. Another person that you could bring in if you do have the money is Nick Pope. 33,000 of you have bought him in. So Newcastle's fixtures do turn, and they do look really good. He did keep his first clean sheet of the season last game week against Brentford. Nick Pope, we know how great he can be with save points as well, and how great Newcastle's defence can be too. Although towards the end of last season they did falter in terms of conceding goals, conceding chances, and they didn't keep many clean sheets after the World Cup. But they've kept a clean sheet against Milan in the Champions League. They kept a clean sheet against Brentford as well. So for me, I think Nick Pope is a good option. Yes, very expensive, 5.5 million for the Newcastle goalkeeper. You can get Edison, etc., for that price. But for me, the fixtures do look really, really great. Sheffield United away, Burnley at home, West Ham away, Palace at home, Wolves away. So some really, really great fixtures, especially the next two for Nick Pope. So for me, if I had to choose a goalkeeper, I would be going for Nick Pope. However, if you do have Onana, I'd be keeping him for the foreseeable future. Man United have got to turn it around sometime. So there's been a lot of talk around defenders this game week. Chilwell didn't play, Estupiñán didn't play. A lot of us have both of them in our team, and they are the most two transferred out players in the game week in terms of defenders. Chilwell 186,000 transfers out, which is ludicrous, and Estupiñán is 77,000 transfers out. For me, I kind of get it, but I wouldn't. I'm not doing it, so I can't really agree with it. Chilwell has Fulham at home. I mean, sorry, Villa at home, Fulham away, Burnley away. Some really, really great fixtures in there. For me, I would be keeping Chilwell. I do think he does come back into the team. Obviously, they did keep a clean sheet last time out, but he does give them that attacking threat on the left. And for me, I think he will play left back rather than left wing back or left mid, where he has been earlier on in the season. But for me, I would keep him for them fixtures. He's on set pieces, could be on free kicks as well. So for me, he's a keep. Estupiñán, it is a tough one, but with Bournemouth at home next, I feel like he's got to be a keep too. And then they've got Villa away, Liverpool at home, Man City away, so some tough games. So I completely understand if you do want to sell him early or sell him even after the Bournemouth game, then fair enough, as them fixtures are tough. But before Bournemouth at home, don't be selling Estupiñán. I think he will definitely come back in the team. He only missed the game because of the international break and a long travel. For me, he's back in the team, definitely. He's integral to all the things Brighton do down that left side. And for me, he is a keep. And I wouldn't be selling him this week. Next week, it's a question. Fair enough. But this week, not for me. Talking on Chelsea defenders, though, we've got Gusto as one of the most transferred in players, 98,000 transfers in. That is because of his price. So he's gone up to 4.2 million. He did start at 4 million. And as I said, Chelsea's fixtures in the next three do look really good. Villa at home, Fulham away, and Burnley away. And Gusto does look a threat attacking wise. I know I never thought Chelsea could replace kind of Reece James' attacking threat on the right, but Gusto does look really, really good and is a good replacement for James. Obviously, he's not Reece James, but he's a very good replacement for James. So for me, yeah, I do think he is a good option, but you just need to make sure you check up on that Reece James injury. The last thing you want is Reece James to come back, take his place. Gusto's on the bench, then you need to make another transfer. So for me, if you are on a wild card late, maybe game week 8, then bring him in. Why not? If you're someone that has plenty bench options, you've got a doggy maybe on the bench, where he has Arsenal and Liverpool next 2 games, and you can kind of swap them two over when Reece James comes back and start playing a doggy, then fair enough. But for me, I'd want someone more solid, and that person is going to be Sven Botman, 4.5 million. He was injured. He did come back last game week, got the clean sheet, got the bonus. And for me, again, like I said, Newcastle just kept a clean sheet as well in Milan, and their fixtures do look really, really good. Sheffield United away, Burnley at home, West Ham away, Palace at home, Wolves away. So for me, 4.5 million is an absolute steal for Botman. You could obviously go Trippier at 6.5 million, but for me, that 2 million is way too much. And Trippier hasn't really shown much attacking threat this season. But yes, last season, great. But this season, none at all. So in these previous games, so Brentford at home, in terms of XGI, so expected goal involvement, 0.21, Brighton 0.04, Liverpool 0.18, Man City 0.07, and Villa, not too bad, 0.26. So for me, he's not worth that extra 2 million. and Botman can get on the end of set pieces as well. I'm not saying Botman has a higher expected goal involvement, but you got to think where you can spend that 2 million elsewhere. If you're not looking to spend the 2 million, then I think go for Trippier. Hopefully he gets a few attacking returns. But for me, I think Botman is the best defensive option this week to bring in for the next 3 to 4 game weeks. So there's been a lot of talk on midfielders as well this game week. So Solly March is the most transferred player out in terms of midfielders, 135,000 transfers out. A little bit strange as he is 75% chance of playing for the next game week, but obviously he did miss the last game week against Man United. Bournemouth at home next, like I mentioned, and their fixtures after that do turn for the worse. So for me, I am happy with taking March out. I don't think he has shown that much promise. Yes, he did well in game week 2 and he got a goal in game week 1. But after that, I don't think he's been that involved in Brighton's play. So in terms of goal involvements, etc., etc. So for me, I think there are better options out there for the midfield. The midfield is a highly competitive place this season. There's so many options to go for, so you can't really be waiting on seeing if March is fit or not, and then having them difficult fixtures after. Yes, if you want to hold for Bournemouth at home, I don't hate that at all. I think if he plays, he could get a goal or two. But for me, with them fixtures after, I think there are better options out there. Another player people are taking out is Marcus Rashford. Yeah, he's had a shocking start to the season. He did get 2 assists in one game and then a goal in another game. So it's not the worst start, but you expected more from Rashford. And to be honest, Man United just don't look great. However, saying that, Man United's fixtures, like with Onana, Burnley away, Palace at home, Brentford at home, and then they got Sheffield United away after that. For me, I would be keeping Rashford. Although I said the spots are competitive for midfielders, I think that price point, 9 million, I don't think you got many other options. You could go to Son, but Son's got Arsenal away and Liverpool at home next. Other than that, De Bruyne is kind of injured. If you want to go up to Salah, I'd say go up to Salah. But apart from that, you're struggling for that price point. However, saying that, the 6 million to 7 million price point, there are so many options. And one that has kind of gone under the radar, I think, for a lot of people with 165,000 transfers in, it is James Ward-Prowse. So not sure if you do know this, but he's delivered in every game week he's played. So he came in game week 2 and he scored 2 assists against Chelsea. He got a goal against Brighton in game week 3, an assist against Luton in game week 4, and a goal against Man City in game week 5, which I actually didn't notice. But so if you are looking to bring in a 6 million midfielder and very punty, then Ward-Prowse could be your person. However, saying that, Liverpool away, tough game. Sheffield United at home, then Newcastle at home, then Villa away. That is a tough 4 fixtures for West Ham. However, saying that, with James Ward-Prowse, he's on set pieces, he's on corners. Even if you're under the cosh in them games, you're going to be getting set pieces and corners. So if you do want to go for a punt, I think James Ward-Prowse is someone that has gone under the radar, and I do think he can chip away with the goals. But he's a sort of player that you need to kind of commit to. I don't think you can bring him in for a couple game weeks and him to explode and get a 15-pointer. But if you keep him for 10 game weeks, he's going to deliver in 4 or 5 of them. So for me, I don't hate that move at all. However, there is a player that if you don't have, you need to be bringing in. It's Mbeumo, 163,000 transfers in, 6.9 million now. Yes, he blanked in his last game week, but he has delivered this season with 4 goals in obviously 5 game weeks. Everton at home next, then Forest away, then Man United away again. A tough fixture, could not be, who knows by that point. But then they have Burnley away. So Everton at home, Forest away, and Burnley at home in the next 4 game weeks. I think Mbeumo is a must-have if you don't have him ready. So if you are taking out Rashford, then go at Mbeumo and save that money. If you are taking out someone like March or Matoma, then go for Mbeumo. He's a must-own for the next 4 game weeks. Well, Nicholas Jackson. If some of you have seen my appearance on FPL Juice this year with the snooker player Neil Robertson, he told me that Neil Jackson was kind of a great pick, and I said no chance. And he said, "Oh, haven't you been watching preseason?" Well, I did watch preseason and I saw him miss a load of chances, and he's doing exactly the same this season in the league. Somehow it's still only 7 million and he hasn't dropped in price. 234,000 managers have transferred him out. And yeah, I'm all for it. I actually think the guy is very wasteful. I think he does have potential, don't get me wrong. But at this current moment, I think he's wasteful. He doesn't finish his chances. He probably needs 10 chances to get the goal, which he did against Luton at home. But other than that, he hasn't scored. Having said that, the fixtures are not too bad for Chelsea. Villa at home, Fulham away, Burnley away. So I don't hate if you are keeping, but I would not be bringing in Jackson. I do think there are better strikers out there. You kind of missed the boat with a few, but I think there are some better strikers out there. But first, we'll talk about Alexander Isak, who has been taken out as well by quite a lot of managers. So 199,000 managers have taken him out. This is because he didn't play the last game and probably because he played against Milan in the Champions League. So having seen that, you're probably thinking that he'll be benched in the next game week. However, saying that, Newcastle do have some great fixtures. But for me, I just don't want that risk. I wouldn't be bringing him in, and I'll probably be taking him out as well. And a few options you can go for are Julian Alvarez. So 500,000 managers have bringing him in. I bought him in before game week 3, so really happy. I got his 14 pointer and his 9 pointer in the last game week. And yeah, great fixtures for City. Forest at home, Wolves away. Then they have a 3 tough fixtures. So Arsenal away, Brighton at home, and United away. But are there any tough fixtures for City? I'm not too sure. Alvarez does look great. He got another 2 assists in the Champions League game. City just won midweek. I'd be bringing in Alvarez. I did bring in Alvarez over Nicholas Jackson in game week 3, and I tell you, I couldn't be happier. I just didn't fancy Nicholas Jackson. I just don't think he's clinical enough, as I've mentioned, and I think Alvarez was a no-brainer, and we've all been sleeping on him because of rotation. If you see the way he's playing, if you've seen Man City's games, if you've seen the highlights, he is crucial to everything they do. He is attacking. He's everywhere. He's running down the wing. He's through the middle. He's assisting. He's scoring. For me, he is one of the must-haves for the next 2 game weeks at least. And I think he does stay in the team. Next up is a player that, again, has gone under my radar. Edouard, the Palace forward, 131 transfers in, 5.6 million. So he's a player that has scored 4 goals this season in 5. So he's doing really, really well. And Palace haven't had the easiest fixtures. So I started off with Sheffield United away. He got a goal. Then Arsenal at home, Brentford away, pretty tough. Then Wolves at home, he got 2 goals. And then Villa away, he got a goal. However, Palace's fixtures are not too bad. Fulham at home, Man United away, Forest at home. But then they do have Newcastle and Spurs. So for me, if you want to go for a punt, go for it. As much as I don't rate Jackson, I wouldn't be taking out Jackson for him. I think their fixtures are much, much better for Chelsea. And I think, although they haven't shown it, I think if they do click, their attacking threat is better than Palace's. But if you wanted to go for a punty option, I think Edouard is a fun one to go for with Palace forward. You know, Eze is behind, feeding them in. I think Elise is back or should be back soon. And you know, Palace can score goals. And Edouard looks on fire this season. So if you are going for a punty option, go for Edouard. It's fun, and I think he can score goals. He's got 4 already this season, and the fixtures are not too bad. He can score against Fulham into when it's Man United away is probably not the toughest game this season. But yeah, so go for Edouard. If not, Alvarez, I think is a must-have for most teams. If you have liked this video, please make sure you do subscribe, like the channel, like the video, leave a comment below. Who are you bringing in this week? What are your transfers? And I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.